again, my name's Mallory Latchis. I'm an Usborne Books & More independent consultant, and you can find me online anytime at www.usbornereadingtree.com. I wanted to show you today some of our great nonfiction books. Nonfiction is how I first actually found out about Usborne. I kept running into their encyclopedias and their beginner's books over and over, and I loved them long before I knew anything about Usborne as a company. My children are fairly young. They are currently 5, 2, and 1, so we've got a bunch of younger kids' books, but Usborne truly has something for everyone. That's one of the things that I like about them. These are their Usborne beginners books, and there are things like How Flowers Grow, which we are using over the summer in our lessons for homeschool. There's everything from hot deserts to how flowers make seeds. As you can see, they are beautifully illustrated with both photographs and illustrations, full color 2-page spreads, and just packed with great info. These are a great way to get kids into things. And there are more titles than I could possibly read off to you. Here's Pandas and Dangerous Animals. I have a Butterflies one inside. There's a little bit of everything. There are also lift-a-flap books, ranging in age from, of course, for the little kids. But there's also some all the way up. This would be great for an upper elementary schooler or a middle schooler. This is the See Inside Your Body book. And it's a lift-a-flap that really is great for big kids. You can lift these flaps up and, for example, in the lungs, peek inside and the alveoli and see more about how asthma might help, or hurt obviously, how asthma might work, how smoking affects it, how muscles join our ribs together. And this goes on for page after page. There are over 50 different flaps that you can lift. And there's great little cartoon illustrations. My son is 5 and loves this book. I also have a friend's child who is 13 and also loves this book. It's one that you can really grow into. It's fantastic. I will mention with the lift-a-flap books, if someone goes through and rips them all off, like my 17-month-old already has within 5 minutes of me opening this, Usborne has a replacement guarantee. No matter how long it's been, no matter how it got hurt, if your book gets damaged, they will replace it for only 50% of the cost. So I dare you to walk into Borders or Books A Million or one of those and actually ask them to replace your book for 50% of the cost because your son spilled juice all over it. They're not going to do that. But get in touch with me if you ever need a replacement for any reason, and we will happily replace it for you. One of the other ones that we are using is the First Encyclopedia of Science. I love Usborne's First Encyclopedias. They are geared towards an elementary child's ability to learn and exactly what they want to learn. So you can see the pictures are a little bit more cartoony, the text is a little bit bigger, and it's not quite as in-depth. It is the perfect level for the younger learners in your life. I love this book so much. Usborne is really popular with homeschoolers. This is actually required for our science curriculum for right now, and there's a reason that they're so popular. It's because they're so fantastic. If you are out of the first age, we have our big hefty ones. This is the Encyclopedia of World History. Every page is just jam-packed with so much information, with beautiful illustrations. I could go on and on about this book. It's great. You could use this and really dive into it. Even as an adult, there's things I'm learning about from this. But what I like the best probably is way up here in the corner. You can see that it's internet linked. And anytime you see any of our internet linked books, you can go to the website that's written at the top and type in the book that you have and select the page, and it will give you a set of curated links. So instead of you sending your child off to, for example, learn more about the myth of the Trojan War, and them writing in Trojan on the internet, and heaven only knows what they're going to come up with, you can find a whole list of safe and active links that will give your kids more information right on their level. Usborne goes through and is constantly checking those links to make sure that they're active, and also that they are appropriate for the age level of these books. This is a great book. There's also the Encyclopedia of Science, the Encyclopedia of all sorts of stuff. I know world history is one, medieval history. There's so many great encyclopedias. A few other ones that I would like to show you real quick these are geared a bit towards the younger set, again, because that's what I have. Our big books are wonderful for kids. If you open them up, they are big. This is the big book of big dinosaurs. There's the big book of big trucks. And not only does it show you information about all these different dinosaurs, but the flaps open up. So I'm not even sure I can get back enough to show you how big this opens up. But it is a really fun book, and it gives you information about all the different dinos, how scientists work with discovering different dinosaurs, skeletons, and how they figure out what the dinosaurs might have looked like, what they might have eaten. Fantastic books. There are also the Starting Point History and Starting Point Science books. We're using this summer also. We're learning about Native Americans, and these are who were the first North Americans. And it's a carefully written, age-appropriate description of different ways that the first North Americans lived. And it's a fun way to dive in. For only $4.99, you can't beat these books. And there's a pretty big selection of different things to choose from, depending on what your kids are interested in or what they're studying. And the last one I want to show you is the Usborne Children's Book of Art. This is another internet-linked book, and it goes through different ways that people have made art, whether it's a splatter painting, and different pieces of art, like the Scream. It tells you a little bit about the painting and the background of it, also how it was made, a little bit about the artist himself. This is the circus, the water lily pond, and it's a great start into art history that's at an appropriate level for kids. That way, especially if you live near an art museum, maybe they'll know a little bit going into it. It's a great way to dive in and also start helping your kids make their own art. That's all I have for you right now. Thank you for listening. You can always find me online, whether on Facebook. My Facebook group is called The Reading Tree. You can also find my website at usbornereadingtree.com. Please let me know if there's anything I can ever do to help you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.